back with you live here at LONATO for the KZ2 final, which we're about to take to the circuit in just a moment. A world-class field, a lot of new drivers and teams, or driver team combinations for this. The first round of the Super Master Series. It has been brilliant racing all weekend. Senna van Wallstein took victory in the Champions Cup 7 days ago. He lines up on the front row of the group, but not pole position. David Trefilov, who threatened last week, he's on grid one for the final, which will take place in just a moment. Before we get there, let's take a look at the highlights of KZ2 so far this week here at South Garter Karting. David Trefilov, 51 for the SRP Maranello racing team, has been so quick all week. Kart 40, though, is one of 9 for the Soddy Kart racing team. You know that belongs to Senna van Wallstein, who scorched around the circuit on Friday with another pole position. 45.175 gave the Dutchman pole position for the second week in a row. The Piroulat team, who dominated in 2021, they are back. Arvid Lindblad, the Red Bull Junior, on debut in KZ2, has been quick, but has struggled to launch the SP Motorsport Kart Republic off the line. 36 karts, a new regulation for 2022, are about to take the start. This will be something spectacular in just a few moments' time. David Trefilov, the Russian-German for the Italian-German team. SRP Racing Maranello will start on pole position. Senna van Wallstein, who dominated last week on the outside of the front row of the grid. You can see Senna to the right of your screen. In Kart 40, the 18-year-old from Amsterdam in the Netherlands, Champions Cup winner 7 days ago. The Soddy Kart team, which finished 1, 2 and 3 in the season opening Champions Cup. We'll see if they can repeat that this afternoon, to be perfectly honest. It's going to be incredibly tough. The Maranello on pole position of David Trefilov. There he is, the German-Russian, Russian-German, depending on which day of the week it is. German driver with a Russian heritage, racing with a German license, so that effectively ends that argument. He is quick. He starts out of pole position to the left of your screen. Senna to the right. A world-class field for many of these drivers. It is the first time out with a new team combination. We look at Adrien Renaudin, 9th row of the grid, Kart 2, first time with the Tony Kart racing team. Had a good run in the pre-final this morning. Did Adrien. Starts alongside the Brescian, the local driver, Andrea Dallaire. A few moments away from the start of the KZ2 final. Will be absolute racing dynamite here in just a moment. The 1 minute board is about to go up. There is the Lennox Racing Charles Leclerc kart on the second row of the grid of Tom Louillet. Great to see Tom back after a frightening crash here 1 year ago. He's back 100% fit. A new team for 2022. The team that actually won this corresponding race with Victor Gustafsson in 2021. Victor, for that matter, Kart 71, first time out for the Swede with Team CRG. Victor is alongside Paul Ribera for the KSW Birol Art racing team from Austria. We'll take a look at the grid for you in just a moment on a glorious afternoon here in the north of Italy, where we return in 2 weeks' time for round 2 of the WSK Super Master Series. The reigning champion, Moraine Kramers, 2021. We go back in time, 2010, a friend of all of us here at the circuit, Betsky Visser. She won the first ever title 12 years ago in the Intrepid. Paolo De Conto winning KZ1, Marco Zanchetta in the CKR Kart a year later. Then it was Jordan Lennox Lamb, whose driver starts on the second row of the grid. It was over a decade ago. We'll get back to the honour board throughout the race if we have the chance. Let's take a look at the grid. David Trefilov on pole position alongside the Champions Cup champion Senna van Wallstein, Tom Louillet, Pafo Tonteri, Jeremy the Jet is alongside Stan the Man, Giuseppe Palomba, Artur Carbonell. Moritz Ebner in great form this week is the Italian in the Birolart, and Chris Hahnen, another Dutch driver, also for SP Motorsport. We go to Paul Ribera, Victor Gustafsson on the 6th row of the grid. Pedro, the 2016 world champion, is alongside Jaroslav Shevritalo, Michael Paparo, Il Siciliano, Alex Marigliano, Dale, Il Bresciano, Renaudin, first time with the green team, Alexi Orlando out of 19, and Il Toscano, Alessio Piccini. Imberg, Giacomo Pellini for Renda Motorsport. Denner, watch him out of 23. Lorenz Van Hoppen, Nikita Artamanov, Jean Louis, Brandon Nielsen. Arvid's back on 28. Levinsky and the 2020 Supermaster Series champion, Sibyl Puhaka. Igor Nosov, Paul Lucier, Norton and Jakob Bergmeister. Kaya Six-Nellis. And also, first time for the CRG racing team, La Veneta da Vicenza, Natalia Balbo. Senna aggressively gets heat into the Vega tyres. Wheel spin off the line on a freezing cold circuit has been the big talking point throughout the week. In fact, there was one heat where Stan Pex from the line launched like a sprint car. It was like a top fuel dragster. There was at least 3 inches or 10 centimetres of fresh air between the front wheels and the bitumen. The back bumper was dragging on the ground as he jumped, launched off the line on a cold circuit. Jeremy was saying it just has to control the wheel spin. Watch Jeremy the Jet. Iglesias from the 3rd row of the grid alongside Stan. As you look at Trefilov to the left of screen on pole position alongside the newly crowned WSK Champions Cup champion, Senna Van Wallstein. Almost 2,000 horsepower is about to be unleashed here at the center of the karting universe. Round 1 of the WSK Supermaster Series at South Garda Karting. The KZ2 final with the Russian-German on pole position. We race. Senna Van Wallstein from grid 2 gets the jump and leads Trefilov down into turn 1. A fantastic start from Pavel Tonteri. The CRG driver, the first of the CRG drivers over the back of the pole setter, now tries the outside. That is Tom Luyer for the Lennox Racing Team. They make it 3 wide. Senna is gone. Van Wallstein already with a fantastic lead with only a few hundred metres raced. He looks over his right shoulder down into the chicane. Trefilov under attack from not 1 but 34 KZ2 karts breathing down his neck. Pavel Tonteri for the CRG team in P3. Tom Luyer, that is Stan Pex, the WSK Champions Cup champion from 2017. He'll come across the line for the first time in position 5. Senna Van Wallstein is 1 second ahead of the battle for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, right down to 36th. A clean start for all but Emilian Denner. Unfortunately, the driver who did not qualify had to start 57th in the heats. Came storming through the field. He had incredible speed. He has retired before the end of the first lap. Denner is out. His teammate leads as Tonteri attacks David Trefilov. It's all going wrong for the Russian-German who started from pole position. Tonteri with Tom Luyer, a revived Tom Luyer. In form is Tom. A new season, a new team, and the Frenchman in position 4 from Stan Pex, Giuseppe Palomba. And as Carbonell, Jeremy Iglesias, Chris Hahnen, Moritz Ebner, Pedro. Victor has fallen back to 12th place. Ahead of the Sicilian, Alex Marigliano. The gap 1.1 seconds. Senna Van Wallstein trying to go 2 weeks in a row was under brakes. Tonteri goes very deep, puts the CRG in the middle of the circuit. Tom follows him through, and the Finn is up to position 2. Trefilov under attack. Stan all over the back of him. The Lennox Racing team, which won this race with Victor Gustafsson in third place. Tom Luye looks really quick. Pavel Tontari, though, he's cleared the pole setter. The CRG freight train comes down the straight. They're in force, the CRG team. Here this weekend, Pavel Tontari is the best of them. At the moment, we look for his teammate, Jeremy Iglesias. He's in P8. Victor Gustafsson in P12. Sandpex under attack. Nice move by Giuseppe Palomba. Stan tries to fight, but loses that battle badly. Pavel Tontari with Tom Luye going with him. Senna Van Wallstein, 1.7 seconds down the road. This is an amazing start from Senna. He dominated round one. The first event of the 2022 International Kart Racing calendar, winning the Champions Cup. It was a Sodi Kart 1, 2, 3. They still lead here this afternoon. There's Carbonell, his teammate, who's moved up into the top 5 now. Ahead of Palomba, Iglesias. The gap, 1.6 seconds now. Pavel Tontari in the CRG, down through the gearbox. Tom goes with him, Tavi Trefelov. What a disastrous start. He's still got 17 laps to make amends, though. But it's going to be a huge ask to catch the driver on your screen in Kart 40. There's Pavel Tontari. Tom Luye for the Lennox Racing team, and David Trefelov in P4. Stan Pex, his teammate Chris Harned behind the two Dutch drivers for the Dutch team of Stan. Trefelov takes a place back, runs into the back of Tom Luye, who says, "No, you don't." Oh, wow. This race has come alive. Tom Luye taps the helmet and tells David, think about it. Tom will not be intimidated. And Arthur Carbonell tries to capitalise and at least make it a Sodi Kart 1-2 here this afternoon. He saw all that happen. Tom Luye and David Trefelov having a fight which drags Arthur Carbonell, Giuseppe Palomba and Jeremy Iglesias into that battle as well. Jeremy's gone fast as 46.146 for the 2020 World Champion. The CRG driver who knows this circuit oh so well. A year before taking that title, he won the Winter Cup at this very circuit. That was with different teams. It was actually both with Formula K from memory. Now he's painted black and orange in CRG. Jeremy in position 7 behind Palomba. Senna 1.9 seconds. Tom Luye is the fastest on track. He's done a 46 dead. Chris Harnett, Stan Pex going through. Pedro Hilbrand in that battle. There's Renaudin, head of Chevritalov, on debut for the Tony Kart Racing team. The blue machine ne pas plus. Le machine verte maintenant pour Adrien Renaudin. No more the blue machine. He's painted green for 2022. Tom down the inside takes second place from Pavel. It is NASCAR style in the KZ2 final. Senna Van Wallstein is disappearing up the road. If they don't get some rhythm, some momentum, they keep fighting as Trafilov does exactly that. Takes the place into turn 3 with a fantastic pass. Tontari was P2. He's now back to 7th. That's his teammate, Jeremy. Around the outside, he's now the top CRG. Jeremy Iglesias, Pavel Tontari racing together. Contact as they come over the back of one of the Formula K karts. Oh, what a disaster. It was Michael Paparo and Andrea Dalle who have come together. Paparo in P13 and Andrea Dalle in 16th. They are both out. The two Italians, Michael Paparo, who won the WSK Champions Cup 5 years ago in 60 Mini, is out. Coming together with Andrea Dalle. And all the while, Senna Van Wallstein disappears down the road. That was a big moment at that very part of the circuit right there, 1 lap ago. As we approach half race distance, the gap is 2.1 seconds. Andrea Dalle is actually still circulating, but he's lost half the bodywork of the 52 CRG, and the Brescian will be out. There's Pavel Tontari behind Pedro, the 2016 world champion. Of course, he won the race in the desert for the CRG team. That was Bahrain 6 years ago in the OK class. He's won in KZ2 in multiple occasions as well. Pedro Hilbrand for the Birolard team. The Catalan down into the hairpin. There is Artur Carbonell with Tom Tari now behind him. So the Finn, who is now in position 8. He was in second place. As Senna van Wallstein with a lead of 1.9 seconds. So Tom Luyer is catching him. The Lennox Racing Charles Leclerc team trying to go 2 years in a row with 2 different drivers. Tom Luyer, 1.9 seconds behind Senna last time. The all-new homologated Sodi Kart Sigma. You can see the new colours, the new bodywork for the French team. 1.7 seconds, Senna van Wallstein winning 1 week ago. The Champions Cup, and Tommy's coming. Trefilov has recovered to 3rd place, and Pedro, the Catalan, 46 dead. He's behind Jeremy. The 2 former world champions racing together in 5 and 6. Pedro, the fastest driver on the circuit. Senna van Wallstein, a 46.36 last time versus 46.00 for Hilbrand. Skates into the hairpin, controls the pace, praying that Trefilov starts fighting with Tom Luyer. Confirmation at the bottom left of your screen of 46.003 for the driver from Blanes, north of Barcelona in Spain. The fastest driver on track. Another purple sector for Hilbrand in P6 behind Jeremy and Giuseppe Palomba. Good race from Palomba, but at the moment he's off the podium. The gap is 1.5 seconds. They are slowly catching Kart 40 for the Sodi Kart Racing team. The WSK Champions Cup champion, the gap was 2.3 seconds. It's down to 1.5. Tom, who had one almighty accident at this very circuit last year in the corresponding, or the WSK Euro Series race in turn 1, the event, which was won ultimately by Emilian Tanner, who has already retired. Tom Luyer accelerates up to the point where he had that crash. He's back for 2022, grabs another gear, 6th gear, 138 k's an hour as they flick it through that incredible complex. Here at South Garda Karting, the corner which has not changed in 33 years of operation. Here at Lonato, Trefilov P3. Tom Luyer, it's 1.3 seconds. Trefilov is going with him. If they work together, they'll catch Senna van Wallstein. It's 0.2 of a second quickly, desperately trying to do some mathematics. At this rate, they will catch him in, let's say, 1.2 seconds. 0.2, say 6 laps, 3 to 4 laps to the end of the race. At this pace, they will catch Van Wallstein. Tight line from David Trefilov as he accelerates. The SRP-tuned Maranello kart, the factory team of Mayak Sebekye, working with the former Euro champion Fabian Federer, the German-speaking Italian, a damn quick driver, and a maestro preparing the 51 Maranello kart as well. But it's the Lennox Racing Leclerc kart, 1.2 seconds, just 1/10 that time. 46.399, just 1/10 of a second. Slower than Tom Luyer, who was 46.248. Alex Marigliano goes down through the chicane behind Stan Pex, ahead of Paul Ribera, the Austrian, then the 2 Russians, Yaroslav Shevritalov and Igor Nosov. Seven laps remaining. 1.1 seconds, another 10th from Senna. Surely he can hold on. Down through the gearbox goes the Dutchman. And now they start to fight. David Trefilov, if he can't win the race, will try and take second place away from the Frenchman Tom, who has shown a brilliant turn of speed here this afternoon. Tom is out. Tom has just rolled to the side of the circuit, steps out of the kart. Tom Luyer has retired. We can just see him off screen coming down the hill. We may well get a glimpse of the Frenchman. Tom Luyer is out. Trefilov inherits second place from Palomba and Pedro Hilbrand. Heartbreak for the Frenchman. Tom Luyer walks off back to the pits. Tom Luyer is out. Heartbreak for the Frenchman on his return to international kart racing. Just rolled to a stop at that part of the circuit. just 2 laps to go, and with that, the lead is now 1.7 seconds between Senna Van Wallstein, not Tom Luye, but David Trefilov, the Birolats, 3rd and 4th. That's Palomba and Hilprand. They touch. Oh, the 2 teammates touch. Jeremy Iglesias in P5. The top CRG tries to capitalise. The Birolat team, which have dominated international KZ kart racing over the past few seasons, come together. Hilprand 16, Palomba 18. The 2 former champions in 3rd and 4th. Senna now with 1.6 seconds. With 4.5 laps remaining. There's Jeremy in P5. Carbonell, Hannen and Pex. So Chris outdoes his teammate, and Pavel Tontri after that great start, the fit in P9. And then the Sicilian Alex Marigliano for Render Motorsport. 4 laps to the checkered flag for Senna Van Wallstein. The gap, let's check it. Back to Trefilov. 1.5 seconds. He's controlling the pace of the race. The Saudi Kart Racing team together with CPB Sport have worked absolute wonders. They were at the WSK Collective Test at Adria 2 weeks ago. They finished 1, 2, 3 in the Champions Cup 7 days ago. They won't do that here this afternoon, but they may well take their 2nd victory in 7 days here at Lonato. Heartbreak for Tom Luye. He joins his countryman Adrien Renaudin, along with Dale, Paparo, Ebner and Nielsen, as retirements from the final of round 1 of the WSK Supermaster Series. 3 laps now remaining for Senna Van Wallstein. The gap 1.4 seconds. He loses a 10th, but it's irrelevant. They won't catch him as long as the Dutchman does not make a mistake. The 18-year-old from Amsterdam in the Netherlands, so damn quick, is Senna Van Wallstein. Trefilov in 2nd place. Trefilov in 3rd place, may even be 4th. Shake and bake from the Birolat teammates. Trefilov on the inside. Watch Jeremy tolerate 0 of that nonsense. Trefilov in 3rd place, under attack from Jeremy. Well, the Birolat racing teammates, Palomba and Hilprand, it was shades of Ricky Bobby and Cal Norton Jr. They thought they took Trefilov, and Jeremy says, "No pas de problème," and he goes through. He's now right behind the Russian-German, who started from pole position. He's back to 3rd on the penultimate lap of the KZ2 final here this afternoon. Senna Van Wallstein, Pedro Hilprand, and now David Trefilov under attack from Jeremy Iglesias, who looks over his right shoulder back to Il Napolitano, Giuseppe Palomba. Meanwhile, Monsieur Bertrand Pignolet, regarde notre course ici cet après-midi, une autre victoire. It looks as though Monsieur Pignolet, watching on live our race this afternoon, your team have done incredible work, Bertrand. Senna Van Wallstein, Saudi Kart, they have been here. The WSK Collective Test, the WSK Champions Cup, where they finished 1, 2, 3. And now let's wheel out the famous line one more time. Dit is de laatste ronde for the piloot van the Netherlands. For the 2nd week in a row, Senna Van Wallstein on track for victory. Unbeatable in 2022 is Senna Van Wallstein, and the Saudi Kart Racing team chokes the engine down into the chicane. Pedrito in 2nd place, and David Trefilov trying to fight and hold off the 2020 world champion Jeremy for 3rd place. The final few corners. There's Palomba in P5, but that checkered flag is about to wave. Another stunning victory for the Dutchman. Senna Van Wallstein wins round 1 of the WSK Supermasters Series. For the 2nd week in a row, the Dutchman will stand on the top step of the podium. Saudi Kart dominate again, KZ2 in WSK World Competition. Senna Van Wallstein P1, Hilprand from Grid 12, remember. Le Catalan home in 2nd place, and what could have been for the Russian David Trefilov home in 3rd. From pole position, Trefilov simply had to watch Senna Van Wallstein disappear into the lead, and that was as close as the rest of the field would get to the Dutchman this afternoon. Trefilov early on was under attack from Pavel Tontori. A fabulous move from the Finn to go by into second place and set out after the race leader. Tom Louillet trying to go 2 years in a row for the Lennox Racing Charles Leclerc team. Moving into second place, but ultimately would not finish. Nice pass from Tom to go by Pavel Tontori. Artur Carbonell also for the Sodi Kart team, finishing inside the top 10. Not a Sodi Kart 1, 2, 3 this afternoon, but a victory for the French team. The Birol Art teammates come together, Pedro and Giuseppe. Palomba finishing in P5, while his teammate would take second place. With that move, Trefilov and Palomba driving each other into the grass, and Jeremy takes advantage, just misses the podium. Does the CRG driver. Out front, unstoppable, Senna Van Wallstein in Sodi Kart win for the second week in a row here in WSK World Competition. Senna Van Wallstein will stand on the top step of the podium. He wins round 1 of the WSK Supermaster Series. Great drive from Pedro, the Spaniard, home in P2. And David Trefilov for the Maranello SRP factory team, home in third. Stay with us on WSK.IT, the podium for the KZ2 final. Once again, it will be the Dutch national anthem that we hear in the north of Italy. David, Pedro and Senna make their way up to the podium. 2 new drivers on the second and third step, but the top does not change. The Vega caps go on the driver's head, and we'll be underway with the KZ2 podium here at Lonato in just a moment. Round 1 of the WSK Supermaster Series. The driver's just about ready to go. They are sweating despite the fact that it is freezing cold here in Italy this afternoon. In third place for the Maranello SRP racing team from Germany, David Trefilov. Second place from Grid 12, second place from Spain for the Birol Art racing team, Pedro Hilbrand. And again, he won the WSK Champions Cup here 7 days ago. To the top step of the podium, the winner of the first round of the WSK Supermaster Series for the Sodi Kart racing team from the Netherlands, Senna Van Wallstein. The national anthem of the Netherlands. The podium for round 1 of the WSK Supermasters Series. Third place, David Trefilov. Second, Pedro Hilbrand. And the winner once again for the Sodi Kart racing team, Senna Van Wallstein. Spasiba, David. Dankeschön. Gracias, Pedro. Danke, Senna, stay with us. Let's get a quick word. Unstoppable in 2022. How did you do it again?
Yeah, it's a really good way to kick off the year again like this. Last week we won the race as well, and this week was a little bit tougher. There were so many drivers that were so fast, and in the heats it was quite difficult as well. But in the final we had a good start. We managed to pull a little bit of a gap, and then in the end I just controlled the race. Saw behind me Pedro was coming, but yeah, I think the race was a little bit too short at the end. So.
Congratulations, Senna, Champions Cup champion, and now the series leader. See you back here in 2 weeks' time for round 2. Senna van Walstein wins KZ2. Stay with us. The junior final live from LONATO in just a moment.